Hi everyone, I'm going to do a quick psychic talk. This is about the missing woman that's been kidnapped, the one that's been on TV. Okay, so her name is Nancy Guthrie, I believe, and she has grown sons and daughters. One of her daughters is on like a newscast thing or something like that. So I haven't pulled cards on it yet because I've been very busy, but I've been meditating. So I'm going to tell you what I know from my own psychic abilities and speaking with spirit about it. Okay. So first of all, what I see is there's one of the family members is not telling the truth. And remember, everything I say here is alleged, y'all. But then again, I'm never wrong. But what I'm saying is that there's one of the family members is not telling the truth. One of them actually knows what's going on and or who did this, and I feel like they were threatened, and because he got mixed up in something he couldn't get himself out of. Okay, so in revenge for what he couldn't get out of, they took his mother. It's either his mother or the brother, so it would be his sister or the son, which would be the mother. Okay, so it's one of them. But I believe he was mixed up in something that had to do with money or some kind of contract, and he either didn't fulfill the contract or didn't pay, or I'm getting something like that. Okay, and I'm gonna pull cards on this tomorrow. So I just got home from my dance show and I'm extremely tired. But I am going to post this because I can already see what's going on. So I feel like to get the kidnapper to get what he wanted, his revenge, wanted money, that's why he kidnapped her. This has to do with a business deal, some kind of deal, okay, that didn't go through. And I don't think the rest of the family knows about this. And I think he's keeping it hush-hush. You know, I don't feel like he's going to tell anybody about this, okay? But the truth is going to come out, okay? The truth is going to come out. Also, that woman I heard, from the clips I've watched on the news, she's sick. She has diabetes and then had a pacemaker or something like that, which was like disconnected from her phone. I think her phone was monitoring it or something like that. Now, being diabetic without your medication, you could easily, fall sick into a coma or have a heart attack or whatever, because if her blood sugar gets too high, she could easily have a heart attack. If it gets too low, she could easily fall into a coma, a diabetic coma. So I do feel like her life is, an extreme risk. I do feel like she's. I don't believe that she's passed away yet, but I do feel like she might if they don't get her, if they don't return her back soon. I feel like her demise is coming, and I think just the stress of it is going to, get her, because for the simple fact she has diabetes and then being stressed like that. Can you imagine the stress of being kidnapped? That's just horrible. Especially for her, for an elder lady like that can't really fight back or anything. Can you imagine what she's going through? It's just a horrible thing for her. So if she hasn't passed away already, I feel like she will, if they don't get her back soon. Or I'm also seeing that she might have already, and the van is still asking for money for her body. Okay, so it's one or the other. It just depends. Okay, I need to pull cards for this one, and I will. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Like I said, I just got home from a dance show. It was the 2026 Lunar Festival. It was a lot of fun, and I did some shopping there at the Asian market. I'm about to post that video as well if you want to watch it. Excuse me. But anyway, yeah, that is what I'm seeing for right now with my own psychic abilities. I feel like the brother or the son, one or the other, a male figure, was involved in something. Either he didn't pay, or maybe he tried to skip out on it, or it was huge, something huge. And then they took his mother or sister, whichever one it was, they took the mother and kidnapped her, to ask for the money for the ransom, and just to prove his power. This kidnapper, just to prove his power, like, you're either going to give me this money or I'm taking your mother, that kind of thing. And I do feel like they're close by. I don't feel like they're all that far from the house. I feel like this man was known to the family, or they knew of him, or something like that. Okay. But anyway, this is quick. I just wanted to brush up on that from what I've gotten so far from Spirit, and just the information I've received from just listening to the news. And then, I've put two and two together, and I do see that, of course, yes, they said there was foul play, but, who was behind it? I feel like it was a family member that's not telling the truth. Allegedly. All right, y'all, I'm gone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the channel if you want a personal reading. Come to me, and I'll get back at you. I'm doing a $10 special, so that's a really pretty good deal. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.